Hi, welcome to Ref Lounge. Here we are after the Boxing Day football. Hope you all had a very, very Merry Christmas. A couple of things we want to talk about first. One, which is a bit baffling, is the Son red card.
Yes, well, we said straight away it was red.
Yeah.
Amazingly, Anthony Taylor had to use VAR to confirm it, which I thought was a bit of a letdown. It didn't sell the decision. If it had gone to the pitch side monitor, it would have done. And Tottenham appeal and Mourinho's comments. I think that we're all, from their point of view, unjustified. My view is if they just used a professional referee, former referee if need be, to guide them, that professional referee would have said in law, this is a red card offence.
But why didn't he extend it? Because well, he's got a 3-match ban. He's still got a 3-match ban.
Frivolous appeal. I don't understand why the FA don't operate the frivolous appeal. If that had been a second division team, a second division player, they've got an extended match
ban. So the other one is a bit of a great thing, and I'll let you tell everybody what happened yesterday at Swindon.
Well, Lee Probert, former Premier League referee, was there as a spectator, a guest of someone, and the referee went down injured, which can happen over the Christmas period.
Yeah.
And they called for a replacement. And up pops Lee Probert to start to hold the board up. 4 minutes. He might get some money for it. But I think on a serious note on that situation, I'm still bemused that when you look at the appointments over the Christmas period, or at any point, here is an experienced top-level referee who's done great service to the game, very knowledgeable. Why can't he be a full-time VAR man?
Working with people he knows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree. I think that's a good one, that, because there are a number of ex-professionals who would really benefit from it. They know the game. They know the game inside out. They know what's going on the pitch. And I think it'd be really good. But we'll move on to the weekend's football. So we'll start with Leicester and Liverpool, and the fact that Liverpool have opened now a 13-point gap. It is certainly theirs to lose now this season. But this was refereed by Michael Oliver, so our number one referee took this on, and what I wanted to do was show a few different things on here. There's no controversies. This is one hell of a performance.
And the reason behind that is the players got on with the game.
Yep.
They wanted to play because it was a thrilling encounter, right? Not much conflict, but Michael Oliver's performance was outstanding, based on that foundation of his movement and work rate. And, you know, if UEFA are looking at 2020 for the Euros, he's got to be in that front position. And then on to the World Cup.
Because on this, we talk about body language, and this is the penalty decision here. So we've got him on the penalty decision here. He instantly, as the players went to come towards him, hand were up.
Yeah, but the first thing was, he's made the decision from a great position.
Oh yes, he has.
Because he's got the angle, and the player clearly deliberately handles the ball.
Because he goes down towards it on here, and he spots it in real time on here.
Correct.
And as you can see on there, the player's trying to move his hand away, but he's looking at it from that angle, and that's absolutely superb. That gives it. Don't literally don't bother. It's a penalty. And there's no way VAR.
His whole body language was confident. It wasn't, VAR had no need to come in because it wasn't a clear and obvious error.
Yeah.
But it confirmed that he made the right call.
So, well, the thing is on here, because what I wanted to do was show a couple of little things here for referees who've took up the whistle. You might be a few years into it. Is on here. There's one on here. This is Oliver. It doesn't do it justice on a still.
No.
His sprint there, he's keeping pace with Mane and Trent Alexander-Arnold on here for stride, because as soon as that ball is going towards him, he knows he's having a stunning game, and he's gone. He says, I'm getting into the middle of all this.
You know, when you're confident, the decisions flow for you.
Yeah.
Your confidence exudes. It helps your guys on the line. an outstanding piece of assistant refereeing here.
Yeah, well, this is on here, so for people wonder why have you put this one on here. Here we've got the assistant referee here, and the assistant referee has literally this is after the goal.
Continued his run.
He's got the offside, there isn't an offside, and then he's carried on, so he's gone all the way down now here, all the way down to the goal line on here, so he's looking across. So the assistant doesn't stop working just because there's been a shot or, oh, I've got this offside, right? He's got to carry on to make sure that ball's not crossed the line. So it's those extra yards. It's always about the extra yards. The extra yards get you extra decisions, and this is what this is.
Yeah. The other side of Michael Oliver's game in this particular match was his ability to apply advantage, keep game flowing, didn't interfere.
Yeah.
He's through experience now. He knows when to fall into the background and play low key. And on the big decisions, when he comes in, his body language goes up. He's positive, but he's selling it from ideal.
He allowed the game to flow, which is really key. Suited both teams. Definitely suits Liverpool. A referee that plays football. So Tottenham versus Brighton, refereed by Graeme Scott. There's loads to talk about on here. There's the not so nice side of the game and obviously the really good side of the game. Now, something I just wanted to hit on here, so major positives for me. Again, we've just mentioned in the last game regarding the assistant and the movement. Here we've got assistant on here, I'm not sure if it's Neil or Mark, but as the ball's played in here, he's got a great line there, he's banging line, and he's got... Now that's going in for the goal, for Ali's goal, and he's already on his way back. So he's gone to the goal line. That's a thing for assistant referees out there.
Yes.
Never stop working.
No. That signals then that if there's something wrong, he can stay on the flag. If there's something that is not that is satisfied, he can start to move up.
He can, and I think it's brilliant. Just to show how hard assistant refereeing is, got an offside, now got a goal line decision, now I'm giving the goal and confirming it's over the line and everything, which is really, really good. Another thing with Graeme yesterday is on here, this is actually near the defensive third, and he plays disadvantage. That's knowing your team and knowing your players.
And his own confidence. I mean, this is a referee that's got maturity.
Yeah.
And he's bedded in really quickly into the Premier League. He's now in that upper echelon of Premier League referees, in my opinion, getting more games, rightly, and delivering performances.
He is, because that's spot on that's telling everybody in there what he's done.
Yeah.
The other one here, just going to go on to this here, was the offside, the goal, correctly disallowed. My question to you is, I saw it without the lines and when he's off.
Well, I mean, I'm against the lines because I think they don't help. I think they confuse. I think this is a game where the decision can be made in the office without us having to see the lines. Don't justify the lines.
Yeah.
They do this in America, the MLS, very comfortably, very safely. They go on judgment, and the judgment is usually...
And it would have been on that one, because I think that's quite an easy decision.
Yeah, it is.
Right. A little bit of a scourge of the game now. We spoke about diving in the past, but this, where there's an arm or anything like that, now I know they've said online and stuff, you don't know how hard he's been hit. But I'm sorry, if you're fighting for a ball, you don't go down there. Or is it just me? Am I just being harsh? Because there's another one in the Manchester United game where it is a fingertip that grazes across a cheek and then they're down.
The whole scourge, if you like, of the Premier League currently is acts of simulation. We had it last week in the Son situation. Yeah, the reaction to Son's scenario was documented thoroughly in the media. We don't want it. It's not part of the English game, but sadly it's there, and referees have got to act upon it. The danger here is that we're going to have a player seriously injured and the referee's going to just ignore it and carry on. And
then he'll get the blame when he's actually going off what everybody else is doing. So
going down too easily, I agree.
They are. Carrying on with this game on here, because there was an interesting point on here. Just going on here, this is Duffy, a tackle here. Now he gets all the way the back down his calf here, but there's no yellow card on that one.
I think that is one that the referee's missed.
Reckless.
It's not, you know, at the very highest level, you cannot guess. 22 cameras pick that up. That's the whole aspect of being fit, mobile, and putting in the work rate. You just need a bit of luck. I think if Graeme Scott reviews that, he would say, yes, that's worthy of a yellow card. That is a yellow card offence.
Yeah. Now, the other one, based on that, now, we have got the two here. These are the two Winks challenges on here. Now, the first one, I put something out straight away about trip or attempt to trip, because well, I didn't know if it was that or dissent, because his reaction is to run to the assistant. The assistant's flagging at the same time the referee's whistled, which is always good. It's great teamwork. Yeah. But then it's trip or attempt to trip. People forget, if you attempt to trip a player just because you don't get them doesn't mean it's not a free kick.
I get that regularly on my social media feeds, because spectators fail to understand attempting to kick. Yeah. It's a little bit like an excessive force challenge. Doesn't necessarily have to make contact, and that's what surprised me a little bit with the fact that there wasn't a red card on the goalkeeper earlier in the week that came out and took everything, and eventually we had a penalty kick awarded. Yeah. For me, that was a red card. Yeah. But here is a situation. I thought the assistant and the referee got that spot on.
They really did. Why wasn't this one then a second yellow? Because this is Winks again, and he's diving in. He has got a foot on the floor, I get it, but he completely goes through. Why is that not a second yellow then? Is this man management or game management?
No, I think this brings into discussion a lot of the fact that you're refereeing at the very highest level. Yes, people will say the laws of the game are the same. They are. I think that generally in the past we've always worked on the assumption that second yellow, if there's going to be one, has to be more towards a red than just a technical offence. So I think that's what the referee's done on this occasion. He's thought, right, fine, there's an element of leeway, there's an element in which I can escape having to give what effectively would have been a soft second yellow. Yeah, and that's where he has the word with everyone, so everybody knows straight away that regardless of what he does next, he will get a second yellow and he'll be off. So it's a good warning, prevention. Yeah. Well, if I'd have been his boss at the PGMOL, I would have applauded him. Yeah. This is... the laws are the same, but we've got, 40, 50,000 spectators wanting to see a game with two sets of 11 players. Yeah. Doesn't mean to say you've got to be a weak referee, but I think if you're going to bin somebody, i.e. send them off, then it's got to be justified. Yeah.